Okay, hi Professor John, how's it going? What do you think about Satrangi?
Great. I can't believe how many people are out here. I mean, there's got to be hundreds. People are really into it. It's nice to actually just... It's funny, in Melbourne you get so used to sort of being around your own sort of cultures and your own activities. It's really nice to be in a sort of completely different environment, meeting people.
Yeah. So tell us more about filmmaking. How did you get into it?
I got into it... I did a course up at the College for Adult Education about a year and a half ago, and that got me into short films, or how to make short films. And I realised, I learned that because I realised I could use them for my students. I wanted to get my students using film because I'm a behavioural scientist, so I'm interested in behaviours. So rather than just telling people about behaviours, I wanted them to play with behaviours. I wanted to see their own behaviours. I wanted them to manipulate behaviours. I wanted all that sort of thing, so they can actually learn about behavioural change, about perceptions, how perceptions are formed, how images are formed, how impressions are formed, and not just how they're formed, but then how they can be manipulated and influenced. So film was perfect for that because the students, they get to manipulate and play. It's memorable, but and they have this artifact at the end that they can look back on and start and see what they've done. But it's a different style of teaching because it's a learning experience you create where they're completely involved all the time with that actual activity of behaviour. There's no sense of them stepping away and doing something theoretical or something applied. It's real. It's in front of them, and the feedback we get is amazing, I must admit. And we've now had 30 or 40 students go through these courses. It seems to go well. So.
Sounds fantastic. So where do you gain your inspiration from? Like any particular directing styles that you like you're a fan of?
I'm into art house myself. Art house and science fiction, which is not the most common combination. But I think with films, what I try to do is judge each film on its own internal consistency and own internal logic. And I'm happy to go with anything, as long as they stay with that conceit all the way through. And I hate films where they break it, or they break that sort of sense of disbelief you might have, or they do something that's inconsistent with their own world they've created. So I'm happy to go with anything, and I enjoy anything, but I must admit my own personal favourites are art house that get into people's real lives on a sort of, get close to people, you know, and you start to understand who they really are. But also, I'm always captivated by science fiction. And it's been a good year for science fiction. So.
That sounds good. Well, thank you for sharing your insights and time with us. We hope you enjoy the rest of Satrangi. Thank you. See ya.